societies that did not have the wheel. There are no societies that did not tell stories. The EUS is a great society, one we should be proud of. And we have stories. Do we have stories?
Can I tell one?
No. It talks about the wheel. Great societies might not have had a wheel. The wheel was invented by engineers that had to find a more efficient way of getting kegs of beer to the cheese factory. There's all sorts of misunderstanding about what engineers are able to do on campus, but the wheel was one of the greatest inventions. I'm going to talk a little bit about how extracurricular activities affected my life, my career, and also about the balance between academic achievement and non-academic achievement. We all had great friends for a year, and then they were so actively involved in activities that they didn't come back the second year. We had great friends that took 8 to 9 years to graduate. But we also had colleagues that went to UBC Engineering for 5 years and were like ghosts. They didn't learn some key lessons about life, and that's what we learned on campus by getting outside the classroom and getting involved with people. I've often said that I knew comfortably as a chemical engineer how to design a distillation tower and make sure it didn't blow up. What I found very difficult on campus and through the rest of my career, how to work and motivate people without causing them to blow up. On campus is a great place to practice, to learn, to be involved with other people. And the fact that the students are here tonight bodes well for your future. You have decided to get involved. We tell stories. 50 years from now, the students sitting here are going to reflect back and not say, wow, was that a great physics class? They're going to reflect and say, do you remember that story? And let me tell you, 50 years from now, the story's going to get better and better and better. One of the problems 50 years ago is they made jackets that weren't very good and they shrank. Things have changed. We keep hearing. Things have changed. Things have evolved. Let's talk about a couple of the things that happened when we're on campus. First of all, let's put a frame of reference to it. President Kennedy was assassinated when we were on campus. Slide rules were only allowed in exams. No calculators.
It didn't exist.
We had one woman in our graduating class. One, there was none in third year, there were none in second year, there was one in first year. What a wonderful change in diversity. And because of that, EUS had to evolve. And the smoker seemed to have disappeared. I have some pictures of smokers, but we just are not going to put them on the screen.
Where's Nutri when you need it?
Fax machines were not invented. Now they're obsolete. The computer in the engineering building, which is the old engineering building, took up most of the third floor, and it has less power than an iPad. And Armstrong had not walked on the moon. Why am I telling you all these things? Because 50 years from now, all of that type of change is going to occur to you. The new students love that word change. And boy, does that apply to what's going to happen to you. Be prepared for change. Getting involved with your student society will help you with that. Let's talk about stunts that didn't go so well and how we learned from them. This was a fabulous stunt in concept. Take all the toilet seats from the men's restrooms in Buchanan Building, the college library. Leave one bathroom with one toilet seat. There we're parading. There's the pile of toilet seats. It was terrific. The next day, I got a call to go down to Buildings and Grounds and meet with the superintendent. In their enthusiasm to get the toilet seats off, we broke 6 toilets. I said, but sir, always use sir when it's appropriate, but sir, we didn't intend to do damage. And he drew himself up, sat back in his chair, and gave me a lifelong lesson. Son, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. About 15 years ago, one of the folks that was reporting to me said, but I didn't intend to do that. And I drew myself up in my chair. And what did I say? The road to hell is paved with great intentions. Lifelong lessons, but I learned, you know, sometimes it sounds really good at the beginning, think it through to the end. One of the jobs I had when Doug referred to solder was I would have to go to various companies that were struggling and try to turn them around. And one of the things I found that was common to each of these companies that were struggling, they didn't have a common identity. Their customers didn't know who they were. They really didn't know who they were. They didn't have a focus. And it would bring me back to engineering room 201, and I thought about the simple question that I would stand in front of my colleagues and ask this simple question, and I always got the same answer. And the question was, who the hell